Welcome to another episode of the Business Spotlight Series. My name is Nate Woods. I'm a senior partner here at Action Coach Peachtree. Today I'm joined by Tyrik Wynn, the founder and CEO of Wynn Productions. We're going to dive into a little bit about his business, his journey to business ownership, some challenges he's faced, how he's been able to get through them, and what it's really like to run his studio. If it's your first time on the channel, make sure and like and subscribe and get notifications when we drop new interviews just like this one. And Tyrik, thank you for joining me. If you would just give us a little bit of background, tell us about you and about your business.
Yeah, of course. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the opportunity. This is great. As a journalist, I'm always doing the interviews, so it's nice to be on the other side. For a change sometimes. So I love doing interviews like this. So this is fantastic opportunity. But just a little bit about myself. I graduated from Georgia State University last year in May of 2022. And I've actually been in business since I was 18 years old when I was a freshman at Georgia State. And so when I was a freshman, that's when I started my own company, Wynn Productions LLC. And at first, it was actually it was official in 2018, but the journey kind of really started in 2016 because in 2016, that's when I had created my own YouTube channel, had created my own talk show and stuff because that's what I want to do and stuff, be in TV and film and all that stuff. And I always knew that I wanted to have ownership somewhat in this space of film and media and stuff like that. And so my parents invested in me and told me if I was very serious about it, that when I turned 18, they would get me my own LLC. So that's what I got for Christmas that year. What a great Christmas gift, right?
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's not the typical Christmas gift that you get, but it was something that was like, this is an investment in your future. And probably one of the best, I would say, one of the best gifts I've got ever in life. My parents gifted me with my own LLC. And so we did that. And then here comes 2018 in December. That's when Wynn Productions LLC was born. And then at first we were just a, video production company doing commercials and stuff for businesses. And then next thing you know, I had the dream of having a studio. And so earlier this year in June, we opened up our own studio in Fayetteville, Georgia, Wynn Productions LLC. It's a content creation studio, has plenty of podcast suites, TV show sets, green screen set, a classroom space. It's a really nice studio space. And so now we have a place where people can come and get their stuff filmed, or they can come and film their own stuff. And of course, we still do the video production with the commercials, the TV shows, customer testimonies, drone and aerial filming, and all that good stuff. So it's been a fantastic journey, and I've enjoyed being a business owner. Of course, there are some challenges that come with it, but I mean, I've enjoyed it overall.
Awesome. Awesome. I love the story. Love the support from your parents. That's incredible.
Thank
So
you.
talk about the business a little bit. Who
Mhm.
primarily are you serving with your business? So if I'm in the audience listening, how would I know I'm a good fit for you?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we primarily serve as business owners. And when it comes to business owner, that's us, shooting you guys as commercials for you. We are the go-to when it comes to doing that marketing thing, right? Because we are the gateway to get you in front of thousands and even millions of people, because we can get you on television, right? So yeah, that's where we specialize in. So you get a commercial with us, we can take you to TV. So that's local television and all that good stuff. So you have the opportunity to get in front of a really big grand audience. Now, of course, you can do social media ads and stuff like that, but TV is like one of those number one ways of marketing. I always say that my two favorite ways of marketing are billboards and TV. That's just me. That's what I like, and it really works. I've tried both, and I can tell you getting that marketing on TV is so important because that's what a lot of people are watching TV still. Now, a lot of people have cut the cable cord and stuff like that. But there's always people watch. Like I was looking at a statistic, and it says I think that 1 billion hours of video was watched daily. That's crazy, right? Because when you get your videos from us, you can run them on TV, but you can also run them as social media ads. You can run them as YouTube ads and all that good stuff. So those are the type of things that you can do when you do get videos from us and stuff like that. And then we also specialize. We are really tapping in heavy with the podcast area. Podcasting is a huge industry right now, so I encourage everybody listen. Get tapped in with podcasts. It's really huge. By next year, by the end of next year in 2024, podcasting is going to be a $4 billion industry, right? 4 billion. That's huge. So that's a lot of numbers, right? And so, you definitely want to get tapped into this. And the reason it's going to be a $4 billion industry is because a lot of more people are tapping into podcasts. A lot more people are creating their own podcasts. People are having podcasting events. A lot of businesses are now starting to advertise on podcasts because podcasts are so popular now. People are listening to podcasts on video wise on YouTube, and then of course your other podcasting platforms, stuff like that. So podcasting is huge, and so we film, edit, produce all that stuff for podcasting. So we specialize in pretty much everything centered around podcasting, and we also have the podcast suites at the studio. So those are the primary people that we service.
I love it. That's awesome. So
Thank you.
tell me a little bit about how you've been able to get your name out there. What would you say is the most successful marketing strategy you have used so far to spread the word?
Yeah, that's a great question. I literally say, we use our own services for ourselves because we specialize in marketing and stuff. And when it comes to television advertising, but like I said earlier, the two things that have worked for me the most, I would say, is the television advertising. So, putting, us filming our own commercials for our own company, putting them on television. That's been really successful. And then we've also tapped into billboards as well. Billboards has been awesome because everybody's driving. So, they're going to see, you put your ad on the highway, people are going to see it, right? If people are interested in your service and what you have to offer, they're going to give you a call or send you an email or whatever your call to action is. And so those have been my primary most successes of marketing. I have done social media ads, haven't experienced that much success from it, maybe like a little bit success, but not really that much from social media ads. And then also we've done, sponsored like events and stuff like that. And that's been okay, but I can say the best has been the billboards and television advertising.
Awesome. Awesome. So how do you go about tracking some of those leads so you understand where they're coming from? And do you use a CRM that you would recommend to other people?
Hmm. So it is funny, right? Literally the way I track that is I always ask people, or my team always asks people, "How did you hear about us?" And it's just like
Perfect.
that because yeah. So we always ask that because that helps us know where we should continue to put our dollars or where should we pull those marketing dollars back, right? So you'll always hear people say, because I always ask people, I say, "Hey, quick question, how did you hear about us?" "Oh, I heard about you on I saw your billboard on 75, and I just had to give you a call." Or I saw your video that you ran on this channel and stuff, and wanted to give you a call and stuff like that. And we've actually even had other it's crazy when we did this we last year in March we put a show on television, and we had some calls coming because we had this one commercial in the show or whatever, and we had some calls come in from that had went to those businesses that we had put on, like that had advertised with us. Like we had this milkshake restaurant, and they had ran an ad on the show, and we actually had people calling us saying, "Hey, I saw the ad that was in your show, and I went and bought a milkshake." So yeah, those are just some of like the things that we've heard and stuff. And so, but like that's the best way that I would say is literally just ask people, how did they hear about you? And then that's where you know exactly where to continue to put those marketing dollars.
Absolutely. Want to make sure you're making the best investment with that money.
Of course, absolutely.
Perfect. So we've talked a little bit about the business, learned how you do some things. I want to talk a little bit more about your journey. So you're kind of the new age entrepreneur coming straight out of school, starting a business. So how did you decide early on that you wanted to be an entrepreneur as soon as you got done with high school?
Yeah, so that I always knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. this was something, my parents kind of instilled in me, right? My dad was actually the very first entrepreneur in the entire family. And so, yeah, so he kind of started that trend, right? And so, I always say it's pretty much in my blood, right? So with dad being an entrepreneur and stuff like that. And I had great teachers. My great teachers were my parents, with them being in entrepreneurship. And I can tell you, I have learned literally so much about entrepreneurship from them. Like literally, they were giving me an entrepreneurship lecture yesterday about, how to be a better CEO. So it just like I'm always learning. Even though I've been in business for 5 years and stuff, there's always something to learn, right? There's always so much knowledge to soak up. You're never gonna learn. I mean, you're never gonna know everything. There's always something to learn. And I can say I always, like I told you earlier, I knew I wanted to be in film, television, media space, right? But I knew that I just didn't want to work for somebody within this space. I wanted to have some type of ownership, some type of entrepreneurship within this space. And for like the future, of course, I have the video production company and studio. For the future, of course, I want to expand the studio. One day I want to own my own streaming platform, my own television channel and stuff. And so these are just some of the avenues that you may not hear people say they want to own their own television station, television channel, right? These are just some of the dreams that I've always had, and I'm actively working towards these dreams. I have mentors in this space, and it's really just been it's been great. And I can say, of course, I face challenges within being in entrepreneurship, but I can tell you at the end of the day, it's all worth it. I mean, you make your own schedule. You get to make the decisions yourself, right? So and like at the end of the day, the buck stops with you. And so you have to make the decisions which are in best for the company, what you think is best for the company. And like I said, it's just it's been great, and I love being an entrepreneur. Of course, there's some things that I really don't like about it, but overall, I love it. It's an enjoyable experience. I love it so much.
Yeah. So pick out one challenge that kind of stands out in your mind as you look back, and then tell us what you had to do to overcome that challenge.
Yeah, so one challenge that I did have was getting clients. when you're when you're a brand new business, there's a whole lot of stuff you have to do. And I'm new to the space, so I don't really know a lot. So I'm looking towards my parents, my mentors, and other business owners around me to figure out exactly, okay, what am I supposed to do about this, right? That was probably one of the biggest challenges, is literally getting the clients. Now, I mean, now I have all these people calling and stuff and reaching out to us, where beforehand I had to reach out to go get the clients, or at least I thought that's what I needed to do, was to go chase, like the quote unquote go chase the money and stuff. And that was something I was trying to do, really wasn't working. And I literally just had to just continue to learn, man. I think it was one year where we had a $6,000 loss in business. That's a challenge, right? I mean, not making a profit. I mean, that's a challenge. And I know they do say that it does take a couple of years for a business to be profitable and stuff like that. But now I can say, like, I would say this year has been the most successful year in business for
That's
me.
awesome.
And that's just not even the studio. That's just with the customer flow. This is like we've surpassed. I think this year we've probably surpassed the most clients we've ever had. So it's been a blessing, man, for sure.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I
Congratulations.
appreciate that.
So 5 years in now, as you look into the future, where do you see yourself in the business in the next 5 years?
Yeah, so within the next 5 years, I definitely see us definitely expanding the studio, getting a bigger studio space. Right now, we are in a 1 year lease for the studio, so not really sure what next year looks like, if we're going to renew that lease or find a bigger space. We really haven't decided yet, but we'll be making those decisions probably within the next coming months. So definitely getting a bigger studio space. I want to also definitely have that that television station and streaming platform by then as well. And I also want to build like a podcasting network. So a place where people can put their podcasts at, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are putting their podcasts on, different spaces and stuff. I actually want to create my own podcast platform where people can put their podcast on there as well and stuff. And so that's those are just some of the main goals that I have for myself within business within the next couple of years. And like I said, I'm actively working towards those goals, and I have some great teachers and some great mentors, and a great circle of people around me to hold me accountable. Accountability is so important, man. Gotta have people around you to hold you accountable, to make sure you step it go moving forward and stuff. Because if you don't have the people around you, holding you accountable and stuff, you can kind of get off track a little bit. I've gotten off track tons of times. So, but when you have the accountability people around you, I mean, you can only go forward.
Absolutely. So as we start to wrap up here, I want to go through just a couple rapid fire questions. So just quick top of mind answers. Don't think too much about it. So first one, what would you say is the number one key to success for you?
Oh, number one key to success. Wow. I would say, oh, these supposed to be rapid fire. I would have to think about that. Number one key to success, man. I would say this. I learned this. I learned this pretty recent. When somebody tells you no, use that as motivation to prove them wrong. So when somebody tells you that you can't do something, use that as motivation to prove them wrong. I've been told, no, I'm not going to be able to do that, or no, you can't do this tons of times. And I've just used that as my motivation to prove them or that certain person wrong.
Love it. Love it. So what is one book or I'll expand it, podcast that you've read or listened to recently that you would recommend?
Of course, man. My man, I gotta give it to him, my man David Shands, the Social Proof Podcast. Gotta check it out, guys. It's an entrepreneurship podcast. Him and Donnie Wiggins. They do an amazing job. And I actually I try to go to their live tapings. They do live tapings on Wednesday. So I always try to go to their studio to sit in on their live tapings. And I've been tapped in with them for a couple of months now. And it's been great. But there's that book. And there's also this book I'm reading right now. It's dang, I can't remember the title. I literally just started like yesterday. But it's like something with the art of being a CEO or something like that. So that's the book I'm reading right now. And then a book I read a couple of years ago, The Millionaire Next Door, is a good one as well. So
Perfect. Perfect. So if you had to choose one area of the business that if you could snap your fingers and improve it tomorrow, what would that area be?
oh. I would say probably um, I would say the team, right? If I could, the team I have is great, but I'm in a place where I need a bigger staff to the point where I don't have to necessarily be involved in every single thing. It's like starting out in business, because I'm in my beginning years, still in my beginning stages, right? There, as the business owner and as the CEO, you still have to like. I'm still doing some of the actual work, so like I'm still doing some of the filming. I'm doing a little bit of the editing and stuff like that. And so if I could snap my finger, it would literally just to expand the team so I could just kind of take a back seat just a little bit. And yeah, that's what I would say I'd probably like to improve the most.
Perfect. So before I jump into the final question today, what's the best way for other people to learn more about you or more about Wynn Productions? How do they get in contact?
Yeah, so you guys social media is great for us. You guys can always hit us up on social media. Our Instagram is Wynn Productions LLC. That's WYNN Productions with an S on the end, LLC. You can head over to our Instagram. You can see all of our posts and stuff like that. You can also go to the Wynn Productions website as well. That's winproductionsllc.com. You can check out the pictures of the studio, see what the studio looks like, kind of do like a little tour if you want to go on there and do a tour yourself. And then you can also go on the website, see some of our past work. And you can also see some of the past clients that we worked with and stuff like that. And just to kind of, just so you can get a really good idea of what, when we, if we do a product for you, what that product is going to look like. So all that stuff is on the website. Phone number is on the website as well. It's 754-225-2805. 754-225-2805. You can give us a call in regards to any type of video production you would like for us to take care of for you, television advertising, renting out studio space, all that good stuff. You can give us a call. Then you can also send me an email as well, or you can send an email to the company. It's contact@wynnproductionsllc.com. That email, once you send an email there, it goes to all of us. So just send an email to contact@wynnproductionsllc.com, and that's how you can get in touch with us. And then me personally, you can hit me up on social media, Tyrik Wynn iHeartRadio. I didn't mention this, but I'm actually a news anchor at iHeartRadio. I love doing that. So I do that on the side. Business owner full time. I do iHeartRadio on the side. News has always been something I've been passionate about, news and journalism and stuff. So you go on my page, you can see all types of news content, videos, and lot of great stuff on there. So that's how you guys can get in contact with me. And then of course DM's always open. So if you have any questions about anything, just shoot me a DM.
Perfect. And I'll link all of that in the description so people can easily reference it. So my last question for you today, what is most inspiring as you move forward in the business?
Most inspiring. Wow, I would say the most inspired, would you say like the most inspiring person, or
Why do you do this? Why do you love this? What keeps you moving forward?
okay, got you. Yeah, so I love doing this because it's a business where we get to help people in a way, so we're helping people expand their businesses. We're helping people to get in front of a lot of eyes, get a lot of eyes on their products and services. And it's really just think of Wynn Productions as a helpful tool to help you in business, right? To help you in business, to help you in podcasting and media, whatever the case may be. We are a really great tool. We are a really great resource, right? When it comes to getting in front of people, getting in front of your audience that you want to reach. And so literally just helping people just kind of keeps me going every day, because I'm glad to wake up in the morning and realize, like, wow, we've helped a lot of people accomplish their business goals. Or today, in the future, we're going to continue to help people accomplish their goals within business, or accomplish their goals within podcasting and filming and all that other good stuff. So I would say that. And then always family too. I always want to family and God, man. I always want to say, if I'm making God proud, I'm making my family proud, I'm doing the right thing. And just always hearing them say, I'm so proud of you, and Tyrik, keep doing what you're doing. That literally just keeps me going. It inspires me to keep going for more, and all that good stuff. So I would say those are my inspirations there.
Perfect. Love it. Tyrik, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been great talking with you.
Of course, yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity, man. This was fantastic. Great show. Best of luck to you with doing this show. I've seen some of the interviews. That's pretty good. I like this. This is awesome, man.